Hello guys, this is Pustak Verma and you are watching Pustak Verma Education for All YouTube channel. Today we are gonna discuss about a chapter Diasporization Homeland and Hostland from Unit-19 Migration and Diaspora by Michael S. Lagaude. And grammatical section would are used to is use of would and used to from grade 12 compulsory English new course. So before dealing with the chapter Diasporization, Homeland and Hostland, we have to discuss about some of the questions mentioned in our textbooks. Question A: what is the approximate number of Nepali people living in foreign country? नेपाली मान्छेहरू जो फरेन कन्ट्रीमा बसिरहेका छन् तिनीहरूको लगभग अन्दाजी नम्बर कति हो? द approximate number of Nepali people living in foreign country are about 3 million. How long can people continue speaking their native language in the foreign country? कति लामो समयसम्म एउटा मान्छेले आफ्नो नेटिभ ल्याङ्ग्वेज फरेन कन्ट्रीमा बोल्न सक्छ? People can continue speaking their native language in the foreign countries as long as they try to preserve their culture, traditions and language and wish to transfer it to their new and next generation. Question C: are people likely to permanently return to their homeland once they have settled down in the foreign country? कि तिनीहरू पर्मानेन्टली सेटल भइसकेपछि रिटर्न हुन्छन् अथवा सेटल भइसकेपछि रिटर्न हुन मन पराउँछन्? Give reasons. No, people are not likely to permanently return to their homeland once they have well settled down in their foreign countries because they get better opportunities and facilities in the foreign land than in their homeland. Then, as the chapter is about diaspora, what is diaspora? It's a word derives from Greek word meaning to disperse, भनेको फैलिनु अथवा disperse हुनु is, and diaspora is simply the displacement of a community culture into another geographical or culture. People who come from a particular nation or whose ancestors came from it but who now live in many different parts of the world are sometimes referred as diaspora. Diaspora is a movement or migrations of people from one place to another. People for settlement, scattering of the peoples away from their homeland. Then about the glossaries are word meanings of de-diasporization, homeland and hostland. De-diasporization means the complex process. It's a complex process by which a group of identifies himself as diaspora. Homeland, a person's or people's native land. Hostland means immigration or targeted country. Homeland भनेको जहाँ जन्म हुन्छ, बर्थ प्लेस भइहाल्यो. होस्टल्यान्ड जहाँ उनीहरू माइग्रेट गर्न टार्गेटेड ल्यान्ड गर्न खोजेका हुन्छन्. Vice versa with the relation reverse हुनु. Sojourners a temporary residence. Refugees a displaced person. Diasporic community a community of the people who live outside their shared community of origin or ancestry but maintain active connections within it. Nation extending or going beyond the nation boundaries. Remittances पैसाहरू विदेशबाट पठाउने ways is. Diaspora is a group of people who spread from one original country to other countries. Reincorporation to incorporate again. Pluridimensionality having several dimensions, multidimensional. Assimilation, the process of taking in and fully understanding information or ideas. Return is a person who returns to the place especially after a prolonged absence. Parameters are numericals or other measurable factors. Disperse, distribute or spread over a wide area. Reinscribes to re-establish or rename in a new or especially stronger from one form or context. Circuit, round or circle. Misnomer refers to a wrong or inaccurate name. Deployment, the movement of troops. Eligibility, the state of having right to do, and endorse, declare one's public approval or support. Confer, grant, bestowal, conferment. Legitimacy, conformity to the law. Confronted, challenge. Dilemma, a situation in which a difficult choice between two alternatives. Specification, specificity, the quality of relating to a particular subject, persecution, victimization. So these are the word meaning related to this chapter. Then there is the is how the people are migrating from one place to another, or one country to another country to settle down in the foreign countries, and as they get the better opportunities in those countries, and their identity get crashed as well. So diaspora, yes, the chapter is about this diaspora as well. Main points: de-diasporizations, homeland and hostland. The essay De-Diasporization Homeland and the Hostland by Michael S. Lagoury deals with diaspora, people's diasporic identity, and several other aspects that create such identity of the people. The essay opens with the three aspects of migration, such as forward motions, the migrants themselves, and the backward motions. Then the author states that it is important to study the diasporization process. उनको विचारमा diasporization process study गर्न आवश्यक छ to understand unfolding of immigration. Why people are migrating from one place to another places? किन migrate गरिरहेका छन् त्यो पत्ता लगाउनको लागि diasporization process पढ्नु आवश्यक छ. According to him, de-diasporation is the process by which a diasporic subject either requires homeland citizenship by returning to sending country, effect generalization assimilation in the host state, or reinscribes himself or herself in a transaction circuit of transnation state. यसमा के हुन्छ डायस्पोरेसन प्रोसेसमा के हुन्छ मान्छेले कि आइदर हि गेट एडजस्टेड इन द होमल्यान्ड सरी होस्टल्यान्ड or he returns back to his homeland. It can occur in both the sending as well as receiving country दुईटैमा घट्न सक्छ. It deserves some attention. It can clarify both homeland and hostland. दुईटैलाई के गर्छ आइडेन्टिटीलाई क्लेरिफाई गर्छ डायस्पोराले. The author talks about the trend of attaining citizenship in home country and then host country. राइटरले के गर्छ कसरी मान्छेहरू आफ्नो देशमा के हुन्छ सिटिजनशिप प्राप्त गरेका हुन्छन्, त्यसपछि होस्ट कन्ट्रीमा जान्छन्, त्यहाँ ग्रीन कार्ड र सिटिजनशिप पाइसकेपछि आफ्नो देशको के हुन्छ सिटिजनशिप त्याग्छन्. त्यसपछि कुनै कुनै कन्ट्रीले रिटर्निजहरूलाई पनि के गरिदिन्छ, सम अफ द कन्ट्रिज प्रोभाइड द सिटिजनशिप एन्ड सम अफ देम देयर इज नो प्रोसेस. When one has to leave out the citizenship of one country, only then after the another citizenship can be gained. This is so because the individual, state, and the society have distinct role to play in the deployment of the process, and none of them can assume or ignore the contributions of others in the various phases of the diasporization. हामीले के बुझ्नु पर्यो भने कुनै पनि यस केसेसमा हामीले contributions the diaspora's people can also provide for the nations as well as the people. A diasporan cannot de-diasporize himself or herself without going through formal state procedures to require one's nationality or citizenship. सबैले के गर्नुपर्छ, all of them have to go through the processes and then only the citizenship or nationality can be achieved. This is why the role of state is so important in this process. It is the state which intervenes in the process to assure itself of the eligibility of such a person to require state citizenship. यो स्टेटको एउटा प्रोसिड्युर अनुसार सबै जानुपर्छ, त्यसपछि मात्र स्टेटको प्रोसिड्युर अनुसार एकदम योग्य र एकदम एडुकेट भयो भने मात्र के गर्छ सिटिजनशिप त्यसलाई प्रोभाइड गरिन्छ. Some states consider their diasporas still to be citizens, have less elaborate procedures to validate one's citizenship after one's returns to the homeland. कहिलेकाहीँ के हुन्छ कुनै कुनै मान्छेहरू अरू कन्ट्रीबाट होस्टल्यान्डबाट होमल्यान्डमा रिटर्न हुन्छन् र त्यसलाई के गर्छन् जस्ताको त्यस्तै अथवा पहिले सिटिजनशिप दिए जस्तो दिइहाल्छन्. कुनै कुनैमा के हुन्छ they go through several procedures as well. In contrast, some others who do not endorse the concept that once a subject always a subject. कसै कुनै कुनै देशमा के हुन्छ एकपटक हामी सिटिजनशिप प्राप्त गरिसकेका छौं भने लङ लाइफको लागि पनि सिटिजनशिप प्राप्त भएको हुन्छ. The level of citizenship that the state is willing to confer on an individual allows varies. Yes, full citizenship Israelले दिन्छ, limited citizenship but barred from seeking the office of the presidency Haitiले दिन्छ, acquisition of nationality but citizenship the dual nationality laws of Mexicoले dual nationality लाई दिन्छ. This is all illustrate that integration of the citizens in the society also depends upon the state's bestowal of legal legitimacy. यो के माथि डिपेन्ड छ त कुन कन्ट्रीले कस्तो खालको लिगल ल बनाएको छ and how the nation is providing the citizenship to the people of the homeland, hostland and the returnees. The Chinese living in Caribbean for more than a century are still considered to be still considered by the local as foreigners. उनीहरू चाइनिज पिपल हो जो क्यारिबियनमा एक सेन्चुरी भन्दा बढी शताब्दीयो भन्दा बढी बसिरहेका छन् त्यसलाई अहिले पनि considered by the local as foreigner. त्यहाँको लोकल मान्छे क्यारिबियन्सहरूले विदेशी जस्तै नै ट्रिट गर्छन्. The case is same in many society. धेरै सोसाइटीमा पनि त्यस्तै छ. Returnees face the same dilemma. जो फिर्ता भएर आएको हुन्छन् तिनीहरूले पनि दोधारमा हुन्छन्. In Haiti is the populace refers to the returnees as diaspora. जो फिर्ता आउँछन् तिनलाई पनि diaspora को रूपमा लिने गरिन्छ. Distinct status that separates from them from the rest of the society. Likewise, Russian German returns from the Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan have confronted a similar dilemma after they have returned or acquired German citizenship and begun to living in Germany. जब जर्मनीबाट तिनीहरू फिर्ता आउँछन् उनीहरूले पनि त्यस्तै खालको डेलीमा दोधार फेस गर्छन्. Social recognition may not be crucial once the legal procedure is achieved. Social recognition ले केही पनि के गर्छ significant role play गर्दैन. मेन के हो legal recognition, legal procedure बाट मान्छे गयो भने. In all this the role of state is central. देशको जो रोल हुन्छ त्यो के हुन्छ significant and central हुन्छ. Here the state intervenes through its legal system to establish the discriminatory system that is actively prevent de-diasporization. A preventive policy by the state leads to the establishment of diaspora zone and space for the flourishing of diasporic identity. Not only does such a policy reveals the identity of the state, but it also reveals the identity of diaspora because this is the result of negotiation between the two entities. वास्तवमा के हुन्छ प्रिभेन्टिभ पोलिसिजले स्टेटको के गर्छ त इट डजन्ट अथवा म्याटर्स भनेको के हो त हाउ द पर्सन रिसिभ्स द इभन नेसनालिटी नेसनल national documents or even the citizenship in the country. The capacity for the de-diasporization is not simply a state affair. अब डिडास्पोरेसन को क्यापेसिटी भनेको यो सिम्पली के हो त स्टेटको अफेयर मात्र होइन बट फल्स अन्डर द डोमेन अफ इन्डिभिजुअल हु मस्ट एक्ट टु पर्स्यु द अप्सन. यो मान्छेमाथि पनि डिपेन्ड हुन्छ. माइकल एस लगुरे द प्रोफेसर अफ ग्लोबल स्टडिज डिरेक्टर अफ द सेन्ट्रल फर ग्लोबलाइजेसन एन्ड इन्फर्मेसन technology, the member of executive committee of the College of Letters and Science at the University of California, Berkeley, USA, here portrays the identity of people in the homeland and hostland. यहाँ के गर्छन् राइटरले मान्छेको आइडेन्टिटी होमल्यान्डमा कस्तो हुन्छ होस्टल्यान्डमा कस्तो हुन्छ त्यो प्रोजेक्ट गर्छन्. हाउ देयर आइडेन्टिटी गेट सेटर्ड र उनीहरूको आइडेन्टिटी कसरी के हुन्छ भित्र हुन्छ एज दे लिभ द सिटिजनसिप अफ होम कन्ट्री टु गेट द सिटिजनसिप अफ होस्ट कन्ट्री. आफ्नो देशको सिटिजनसिप छोडेर अर्को होस्ट कन्ट्रीको सिटिजनसिप गेन गर्छन् when they become the returnees of in their motherland. So this is about the main points of this chapter. Is find the words, working with words, find the words from the text that have the following meanings. First letter of the words has been given. A person who resides temporarily in a place. Sojourners. Temporarily यदि एउटा मान्छे के गरिरहेको छ त देशमा बसिरहेको छ भने त्यसलाई हामीले के भन्छौँ sojourners. यस अर्को भनेको छ सेकेन्ड वान एक्जिस्टिङ इन आर इन्भल्भिङ डिफरेन्ट कन्ट्री. It is also known as transnationals. A sum of money sent in payment or as a gift. यसलाई हामीले के भन्छौँ पैसा पठाउनलाई के भन्छौँ रेमिटेन्स भइहाल्यो. द प्रोसेस अफ अलोइङ समबडी टु बिकम अ पार्ट अफ कन्ट्री अर कम्युनिटी नोन एज एसिमिलेसन्स. A name or a word that is not appropriate or accurate misnomers. To give somebody an award or particular honor or right confer, not active or growing now but able to become active dormant. The act of treating somebody in a cruel and unfair way, persecutions. So these are the words. Then about consonant sound. A consonant sound is one in which the ear flows is cut off and either partially or completely when a sound is produced. There are 24 consonant sound in English and they are in the given tables. The representing letters underlines by the below is pa, ba, ta, da, ka, ja, fa, bha, tha, ha, sa, ja, is sa, ja, ha, tha, ja, ma, na, nga, la, ra, wa, za. So these are the sound is consonant sounds. Pronounce the following words. What the sound do underline letters S represent. यसमा underline letters ले कुन sound represent गर्छन्. रिबन यो टर्म पढ्ने जस्तो रिबनमा यो ब रिप्रेजेन्ट गरेको छ, फिल्डमा ड गरेको छ, फोनमा फ गरेको छ। यसरी बाई प्रोनाउन्सिङ दिस s words correctly, you can is even indicate the sound is also indicated letter s, ga, pa, ra, sa, that is also presented here. So you can see this yourself. The vocal cord vibrate while producing the voice sound. The initial sound j in the jam is voice sound. The vocal cord do not vibrate while producing the voiceless sound. Voiceless sound produce गर्ने बेलामा हाम्रो घाँटीको vocal cord के हुन्छ, भाइब्रेट गर्दैन. The initial sound p is a voiceless sound. p produce गर्दा हाम्रो घाँटी के हुन्छ, भाइब्रेट गर्दैन, and therefore p is voiceless sound. Pronounce the words in the above charts. While pronouncing, notice whether the vocal cord vibrates or not. Categorize them into voice or voiceless sound. In this way, we can say that all the sounds are either voiced or voiceless. Voice sounds are those who make our vocal cord vibrate. भनेपछि voice sounds भइहाल्यो. Vibrate हुँदैन भने त्यो voiceless sound भइहाल्यो. Voice sounds are also presented here and voiceless sounds are also here. So we have already studied about this even previously. So you can see this yourself. Then about this, how the sound vibrate. Here vocal cord is vibrating and here vocal cord is not vibrating. So if it vibrates, it voice sound. If it not vibrates, it becomes a voiceless sound. And these are the voice sound. We have already mentioned these is pa, ba, da, ga, ja, is, sa, fa, kha, is, ka, is. In here, these are the voiceless sound. Then decide the number of the syllabus and mark the straight syllabus of the following words. So first read these words and try to find out whether how many syllabus they carry. So certificate, certificate भनेको 4 syllables, holiday, holiday 3 syllables, zoology 4 syllables. यसरी के गर्ने हामीले यो टर्महरु प्रोनाउन्स गर्ने, कति सिलेबस छ त्यो फाइन्ड आउट गर्ने र स्ट्रेस कहाँ दिने हो यहाँ दिएको छ, सर्टी टी मा के गरेको छ, ट मा स्ट्रेस दिएको छ, त्यो पनि हामीले यु क्यान come to know through these words. Match the first half of the sentences. First A, the term assimilation has been used, can be matched with 3 number. पहिलोको 3 numbers मा म्याच गर्न सक्छौं as the analytical tool in the study of integrations of the migrants. It is essential to study the process of diasporizations, can be matched with 5 in order to understand the description of immigrations. C, the definition of diasporizations can be matched with 7. Focuses only on the aspects of relocating migrants to their homeland. Question D, the diasporization process for migrants who have not given up their native citizenships can be matched with VI6, require them only to return their homeland. Some countries grant full citizenship to their returnees, can be matched with 4, while some other countries bar them from certain rights. F, it is surprising that, can be matched with I. In some countries that the returnees are referred as diaspora. कुनै कुनै कन्ट्रीमा रिटर्निजहरुलाई पनि डायस्पोराको जस्तो लिने गरिन्छ. The role of state in diasporization can be matched with second reveals its identity. So these are the match the following. Then about the answer the following questions. According to the author, what are the 3 aspects of migration? So as we see the passage, we come to know that there are 3 aspects of migration: the forward motion, migrant themselves, and the backward motions. Which aspects of migration is neglected by the researchers? Pluridimensionality of the diasporization phenomenon, aspects of migration. You aspect like neglected by the researchers. What is diasporization? Is a process by which a diasporic subject either requires homeland citizenship by returning or receives the reinscribe himself as a transnational circuits of the transnational state अथवा host state लाई एकतिर उ गर्छ कि home state लाई. Why is the role of the state important in diasporization? स्टेट को रोल किन सिग्निफिकेन्ट छ डिडायस्पोराइजेसन मा? किन त यसले के गर्छ, मान्छेलाई सिटिजनशिप प्रोवाइड गर्ने गर्छ. द रोल अफ स्टेट इज इम्पोर्टेन्ट इन डिडायस्पोराइजेसन इन द सेन्स इट इन्टरभेन्स इन द प्रोसेस टु अस्योर इटसेल्फ एलिजिबिलिटी अफ सच अ पर्सन टु रिक्वायर स्टेट सिटिजनशिप. त्यस कारण यो के छ त सिग्निफिकेन्ट छ. हाउ इज चाइनिज डायस्पोरा इन क्यारिबियन डिफरेन्ट फ्रम द अदर्स? Chinese diaspora in Caribbean is different from the others because they are considered as foreigners. चाइनिज डायस्पोरालाई पनि फरेनर्सको रूपमा कन्सिडर गरिन्छ, जबकि तिनीहरू लामो समयसम्म सेन्चुरीसम्म एउटा देशमा बसेका हुन्छन् क्यारिबियनमा, तर पनि लोकल मान्छेहरूले तिनलाई फरेनर जस्तो कन्सिडर गर्छन्। वाइ इज इट डिफिकल्ट टु रिगेन सिटिजनसिप आफ्टर रिटर्निङ टु दि होमल्यान्ड? किन अर्को देशमाबाट फिर्ता भएपछि सिटिजनसिप पाउन गाह्रो हुन्छ? ड्यू टु लिगल लेजिटिमेसी, देशको संविधान, देशको कानुन जो कसरी सिटिजनसिप दिने बाँधेको हुन्छ, त्यसले गर्दा मान्छेलाई के हुन्छ? बिकज अफ द्याट पिपल गेट डिफिकल्टिज आफ्टर एब्डिकेसन अफ वन्स citizens. Many difficulties arises in a nation in gaining second time. What do the German feels towards the returnees of Russia, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan? Germansहरूले कस्तो फिल गर्छन्? The German feels distinct towards the returnees from Russia, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan to that of their citizens, groups and rest of the people living in the society. तिनलाई उनी भन्दा आफ्नो देशमा बसिरहेको भन्दा फरक मानेका हुन्छन्. How are the returnees activities in Israel different from that of the other country? रिटर्निजहरूको एक्टिभिटिज इजरायलमा अरू मान्छेहरू भन्दा फरक किन हुन्छ? रिटर्निज एक्टिभिटिज इन इजरायल आर डिफरेंट फ्रम दैट अफ द अदर countries अरू देश भन्दा इजरायलमा फरक छ, because these individuals refer full citizenship, तिनीहरूसँग full citizenship, form their own political parties, provide the liberties, complete रूपमा तिनीहरूको केही पनि nothing has been changed in their life. What is the role of the individuals in de-diasporization? Role of individual in de-diasporization is to assimilate with the people and culture and retain citizenship and help the national building process. So these are the main roles. Then about critical thinking. Question A: many Nepali people are living in foreign countries now. They are known as non-residential Nepalese. अप्रवासी नेपाली भन्ने गर्छौं. The non-residential Nepalese are asking for dual citizenship. तिनीहरूले दुईटा citizenship को लागि माग गरिरहेका छन्. Do you think the government of Nepal should address their demand? के तिम्रो विचारमा नेपालले तिनीहरूलाई dual citizenship दिनुपर्छ भनेर भन्छ? Obviously, many people are living in the foreign country now and they are known as non-residential Nepalese, and the trend is increasing day by day in Nepal. यो trend के छ? दिन प्रतिदिन बढ्दै गइरहेको छ. People have their homeland and get settled in the foreign country for better job opportunity. तिनीहरू आफ्नो देश के हुन्छ लिभ गर्छन्, छोड्छन् र अरू देशमा गएर सेटल्ड हुन्छन्. जब अपर्च्युनिटी, सेक्युरिटी, फाइनेन्स एन्ड प्रोस्पेरस फ्युचर्स लाइफ एन्ड फर द फ्यामिली मेम्बर्स. Some of them have got citizenship of the foreign country as well where they reside now. As per to the law of the country, Nepal's people cannot hold citizenship of two countries and they have to leave the give up or give up. तिनीहरूले छोड्नुपर्छ अथवा give up the citizenship of one country while receiving another country. Consequently, many people have to give up the citizenship of their motherland. In fact, the government should not address. वास्तवमा गभर्नमेन्टले यिनीहरूको डिमान्डलाई एड्रेस गर्नु हुँदैन. Non-residential Nepalese in the since one should not get the citizenship of two countries at the same time. एउटा मान्छे दुई देशको नागरिक हुन सक्दैन. Though these non-residential Nepalese have lots of love, धेरै माया गर्छन्, affections are देशको लागि, they are by heart के हुन्छ Nepalese नै छन्. Furthermore, they can do something for their nation. देशमै बसेर पनि काम गर्न सक्छन्. Rather, governmentले पनि के गर्नुपर्छ? Should invest money in innovation sector. Concerned authorities should try to stop brain drain from the better and prosperous life of the youths in the country. तो युथहरू जो विदेश पलायन भइरहेका छन्, क्रिएटिभ युथ्सहरू, जिनियस युथहरू, तिनलाई रोक्नुपर्छ. प्रोभाइडिङ सिटिजनशिप टु नन रेजिडेन्सियस नेपाली आर नट द पर्मानेन्ट सोल्युसन्स. यो पर्मानेन्ट सोल्युसन होइन, रादर बेटर अपर्च्युनिटिजहरू देशमा प्रोभाइड गर्नु एन्ड हेल्दी प्रोस्परस र बेटर लाइफहरू नेपाली सिटिजन्सको लागि देशमै क्रिएट गर्नु. द्याट इज द मेन सोल्युसन्स फर दिस. So NRS celebrates festival like Teej, Dasai, Lohsar, Eid, Holi in foreign country. यिनीहरू जो नन प्रवासी नेपालीहरू छन् विदेशमा विभिन्न नेपालीज फेस्टिभल के गरिरहेको हुन्छन्, सेलिब्रेट गरिरहेको हुन्छन्. यसले के सिग्निफाई गर्छ? This all signifies that they have lots of love, affection and dedications for the country. They miss their homeland and its cultural trend, rituals, traditions, festival and many more very much by heart. आत्माले तिनीहरू वास्तवमा नेपाली हुन्, आफ्नो मदरल्यान्डलाई वास्तविक माया गर्छन्. Their physical body in the foreign country but their hearts and mind in Nepal. These festival connect them to the motherland. The light of finance and prosperous facility are not able to change the original hearts of the Nepalese people. So because of these reasons they celebrate these cultural and traditional festivals in the foreign country. So these are the figures. These are celebrated even in the foreign countries. Several sorts of cultural, otherwise historical and religious rituals. Writing. The following words and phrases are used in interpreting data of different types of chart and diagrams. Study the words and phrases and put them in a right column. Upward trend ma grow, go, up to, boom, peak, level, rise, climb, increase. Upward trend ma पर्छ. Downward trend ma decline, collapse, fall, drop, dip, go down, reduce, decrease, crash, plummet, plummet. Stable, stay constant, remain stable, no change, remain steady, stay, maintain same level. In here they come under this stable trend. Then about this, there are some of the diagrams are presented, pie chart, bar graph, and this line graphs are presented in our text. We have to explain them. Interpret the data in the following charts and graphs using the appropriate words and phrases. Make comparison when required. यो डायग्राम के को बारेमा छ त यो हाम्रो बार डायग्राम नेपाली स्टुडेन्ट्स माइग्रेसन इन 2009 2010 देखि 2018-19 सम्म यसमा हामीले के फाइन्ड आउट गर्ने एउटा सबैभन्दा हाईएस्ट माइग्रेसन यहाँ छ 2018-19 मा 63,259 पिपल र सबभन्दा लोवेस्ट हाम्रो के छ माइग्रेसन यसमा छ 2011 to 12 यसरी हेर्ने अनि ग्रेजुअली कसरी बढिरहेको छ त्यो कुरालाई मेन्सन गर्ने and how it begins from openly सुरुमा घटेको छ and how it grows on is so critical analysis can be done in a such a way. The analysis is given here is the given diagram illustrates the trend of migration of Nepalese students from 2009 to 2010 and 2018 to 2019 यहाँदेखि त्यहाँसम्म यो 2009-10 देखि लिएर 18-19 सम्मको गरेको छ. During the period कसरी how the migrants were सुरुमा के हुन्छन् 26,948 हुन्छन् फेरि घट्छ and gradually बढ्दै जान्छ. यसको हामीले संक्षेपमा भन्नुपर्दा overall the data indicates that the number of students increased in the high speed at the beginning year of 2008 to 9 and then it suddenly falls down तल खस्छ 2011 and 12 onward. It increased gradually the slow pace बिस्तारै बढ्दै जान्छ र 18-19 मा number reached up to 63,259 at the end. The highest number of migrant students were in this year यही बेलामा हुन्छ र lowest number migrants को के छ त 2011 र 12 मा रहेको छ. यो भइहाल्यो नेपाली स्टुडेन्ट्स माइग्रेसन. Then there is a pie chart. एउटा pie chart दिएको छ. यो pie chart मा पनि pie chart reasons for internal migration. देशमा internal migration हुने कारणहरू के रहेका छन्? Marriage, other family reasons, start a new business, study training, looking for work, easier lifestyle, other reasons. So this pie chart को diagram is not very clearly presented even if I have explained it to some extent. केहीहरुसम्म explain गरिदिएको छु. Reasons for internal migration. The given pie chart shows the reason for the internal migrations of the people in the country. It represents the several reasons like marriage, other family reasons, new business, study, training, looking for works, easier lifestyle and other reasons for the people's migration in the country. Highest rate responsible for the immigration of the country is marriage भनेको छ. यस म्यारिजले गर्दा माइग्रेसन हुन्छन्. त्यसपछि लोवेस्ट भनेको के छ त अदर फ्यामिलियर रिजनहरु पनि हुन सक्छन्. यसरी ओभरअल this graph illustrate how the number of migrants increases as their demands are not fulfilled with the place they are residing. त्यसपछि उनीहरु कसरी मान्छेहरुको इच्छा नपुरा भएपछि उनीहरु के हुन्छन् एक ठाउँबाट माइग्रेन्ट्स गरिरहेको हुन्छन्. कुन कुन फ्याक्टर्सले कति रोल प्ले गर्छन् त्यो मेन्सन गरेको छ. Then about the trend of death of migrants worker. कसरी उनीहरुको कति माइग्रेन्ट्सहरु कतिखेर मरे 2008-9 देखि 17-18 सम्म यो पनि दिएको छ. जस्तो 8-9 मा 77 मान्छेहरु मरे भने छ. त्यसपछि 9-10 मा 419 गरे. यसरी बढ्दै गएर ग्रेजुअली के भनेको छ 214 मा 2014-15 मा 1006 मान्छे मरे र त्यसपछि लास्टमा कति त तिनीहरु 2017-18 मा के गरे त 821 मरे. दस हाईएस्ट डेथ रेट यसमा आएको छ र लोवेस्ट डेथ रेट हाम्रो सुरुमै भएको छ 8 र 9 बाट सुरु भएको छ. माइग्रेन्ट वर्कर्सहरुको डेथ रेट भनेको छ डेथ रेट अफ माइग्रेन्ट वर्कर एन्ड इन द सेम वे दिस that line graph is otherwise analyzed otherwise explained here is overall it shows how the number of death of migrant worker increased initially सुरुमा बढ्दै जान्छ then decreased and finally increased to some extent. The highest number of death of the migrant worker were 1006 in 2014 and 15. Lowest कति छ त हाम्रो 2008 and 9. About the grammatical portion sections is use of would and used to. So here is would can be used even in past of will को past मा पनि युज गर्न सक्छौं हामीले त्यसपछि रिक्वेस्ट गर्नमा पनि यस्तो इज आई वुड लाइक टु इज रिक्वेस्ट यु फर समथिङ इज त्यसरी पनि हामीले भन्न सक्छौं तर युज टु को प्रयोग कतिखेर गरिन्छ भने युज टु इज युज्ड इन पास्ट टेन्स विगतमा यस्तो मैले गर्ने गर्थे पास्ट को ह्याबिट टु रिप्रेजेन्ट द ह्याबिट अफ द पास्ट वी युज टु पोजिटिभमा छ भने युज टु प्लस इन्फिनिटिभ आर भर्ब 1 नेगेटिभ छ भने didn't use to plus verb 1 use गर्छौं यहाँ फर्स्ट one is already done for you she used to travel a lot but now she rarely leaves her town यहाँ 10 years अगाडि यस्तो use to गर्ने गर्थ्यो अहिले उले यस्तो गरिरहेको छ यसको by the help of these sentences we can make the sentences so sentences are given here first one she used to travel a lot but now she rarely leaves her town she didn't used to drink coffee but now she drinks coffee she used to be lazy, but now she works hard. She didn't used to like junk food, but she eats mama and noodles these days. She used to have many friends, but now she has limited friends. She used to have a pet, but it died last year. She used to be a school teacher, but now she's a professor. She used to go to party a lot, but now she doesn't attend parties. She didn't used to read many books, but now she reads a lot of books. She used to go to party a lot, but now she rarely leaves her town. Yes? So these are the words, these are the sentences regarding use of used to one it says. Then study the following sentences and find the difference between them. The grandfather used to smoke, but he doesn't smoke now. I would always talk to my grandfather whenever I had a problem. Here we use would. Now the complete the sentences with used to or would. यो दुईटाको प्रयोग गरेर सेन्टेन्सेस बनाउने यसमा उसले यस्तो गर्ने गर्थ्यो अहिले गर्ने गर्दैन यसमा उसले के गर्थ्यो जहिले पनि इच्छा गर्ने गर्थ्यो जब उसँग के हुन्थ्यो समस्या हुने गर्थ्यो सो द क्वेशन ए here is this D has been given my sister used to have short hair when she was young we used to have lunch in same school cafe when I was in middle school my father used to play badminton before he had backbone problems when I was very young I didn't used to like milk we would call she would call me after the class for a chat my mother didn't used to wear glasses when she was at university when I was a child we used to live in a village on Sundays my mother would wake up and go to the temple how many friends would have how many friends would have in the class 10 my father would always read me bedtime stories before bed then about listening to there is एउटा के गरेछ टपिक दिएको छ DB lottery and its purposes DB lottery DB refers to diversity visa programs is congressionally mandate and allows up 55,000 persons from nations that are historically underrepresented in the terms of migrations to the United States of America to qualify each year for immigrants visas which are also known as green cards. The US green card is an immigration visa that grants the holder an unlimited residence and work permit for the USA. Purpose of DB lottery. Yes, the purpose of DB lottery is to diversify the immigrants populations in the United States by selecting applicants mostly from countries with low numbers of immigrants to the United States in the previous 5 years. So DB lottery regarding 2020 has been opened. Do you support anti or pro-immigration policy? Give reasons for your support. This question has been also given in our textbook, so try to understand these as well. Pro-immigration policy refers to the policy that makes sure that immigrants are treated fairly and they have certain basic rights, so employers are unable to exploit them. On the other hand, anti-immigration policy opposes hostility towards the immigrants. State to justify they are also citizens. यिनीहरूले के गर्छन् माइग्रेन्ट भएका पिपलहरूलाई जो विदेश गएका हुन्छन् तिनीहरूलाई फेसिलिटिजहरू प्रोभाइड गर्दै उनीहरूलाई समस्या परेपछि उनीहरूलाई के गर्ने त उनको समस्या इराडिकेट गर्ने काम गर्छन् I support NTR pro-immigration policy because of following reason. It boosts the wages and strengthens the middle class लाई अगाडि बढाउनमा सहयोग बलियो बनाउँछ. It increases productivity. It maintains the social safety net. It increases economic output and living standard. It enhances potential entrepreneurs. It prepares better skills workforce and deals with an aging problem. So this is about the chapter D, Diasporization Homeland and Hostland, Unit-19. Regarding this chapter, if you have any problems, you can mention below in the comment sections. If you find this video helpful and interesting, like the videos, share it, subscribe it, click on the bell icons to get notifications from upcoming videos. Thank you for watching this. Goodbye. Have a good day.